Ooh. What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do, man. Peace, love, harmony, and light to all. This is your brother, Chief Kalanago, with another video, man. Very insightful, powerful information. Once again, videos are strictly for educational purposes. Do your own research. You ain't got to believe anything I say. But I just want you to know that I'm here bringing facts, bringing truth, and it is what it is. So I want to take this time to give thanks to the Great Spirit, thanks to my ancestors, for just allowing me to be used as a vessel to bring truth, enlightenment, and knowledge to my people. You feel me? So with that being said, sak pase, mabrikwa, halito, osio, aloha, shalom. What the deal is? Wagwan. Let's get into this build. Let's get into this build. All right. So brothers and sisters, do me a favor, man. Once again, another powerful build. You know what I mean? So take the link, put it in your on your Facebooks. Oops. Hold up. Take the link, put it on your Facebooks, on your other platforms. We about to go in. All right. So while I'm doing this, let me just take some time to give some of you guys a little highlight across the screen. You feel me? First, let me just let you know that I'm saying peace and love to all, peace, love, and light to all, because this channel is all about positive vibes. You know what I'm saying? That's all we about. We ain't got time for the negativity. We ain't got time for no bad-minded people. You feel me? All right. So pure vibes and positive vibes on this channel. All right. So here we go. We up in here. We up in here, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm about to drop some information. We're gonna do some reading this evening, like we always do, right? And the links to the books are actually in the link of the video. So by all means, do your own research and you could do your own reading. But I make sure I provided the link for you so you can have it to read to your family. Because once again, a lot of our people tend to go by what was taught in history. I'm taking you beyond history and I'm going to prehistoric America. I'm telling you the truth about who we are as a people. I want to show you how great we are. You know what I mean? And we ain't got nothing to be afraid of. Because the only reason why you're afraid and you have fear in you is because you don't know how great you are. You feel me? And when I speak the truth, you have a lot of people out here want to come hate. I don't care about that. You want to threaten my life because I'm speaking the truth. Well, guess what? I'm going to let my work show for and speak for itself. And y'all could go ahead and dispute that. Refute the facts that I'm going to bring. That's all I got to say. All right? So, but let me show you guys, man, on my last travel, right? When I was traveling, I think I was coming from Atlanta. And no, that's actually not. I was traveling to Louisiana, okay? And the ancestors actually gifted me a hawk. And I was only able to preserve, I would say like about maybe 20 something feathers, in my last travel, because it's been a while since I traveled and they gifted me some feathers. Like I said, I always get my feathers from the ancestors, man. You know what I mean? I know they appreciate the things that I do and the work that I'm doing. So they always show me love from above. And when I got the hawk, it was kind of like, a few days in. So a lot of it was, there was a cinch, but the feathers that I could have salvaged, I did. So I got like maybe about 15 to 20 feathers. So I'm thankful for that. Like I said, my ancestors are always, showing love and providing feathers for me. I mean, that's a gift from the ancestors. They always do that because they appreciate what I do. You dig. All right. So once again, what we're going to do now, I'm just talking because I want some more people to get into this build. Do me a favor. Like I said, share the link. Let's get into this, man. I got some great information. You're going to love it. And I also provide you with the resources so you can do your own research. You feel me? All right. So I was giving some of you guys, some shout outs, peace and love, sis. All right. Here we go. I think I already did that, but, we're just going to go and give everybody a shout out again, man. All right. That's what it is, man. Giving everybody, appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate y'all so much because, once you seek for the truth, man, and it's a beautiful thing, you know what I mean? So that's what it is. Okay, so I see we got some more people coming in. Go ahead, keep sharing the feed. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into some reading. Literally, no joke. I'm gonna keep it 100. It took me about, what I would say, about 3 weeks to find that information. I've been looking, and I couldn't find it. And I'm like, you know what? Now I'm not giving up. And I finally found the entire book, because I'd seen a little excerpt from the book on Facebook, but it wasn't a whole clip, literally one paragraph. And I'm like, nah, I gotta find this. And I've been looking for this for 2.5, almost 3 weeks. And I'm like, I'm not gonna give up. And I finally found it. Y'all gonna love this. Y'all gonna love, because I'm excited. I'm excited. Greetings. So we're gonna do some reading, because a lot of people hit me up in the, the email, and they say, hey Chief, you know what? We appreciate the fact that you read the information, because a lot of our people can't read. Believe it or not, no disrespect, I've gotten the emails of a lot of grown brothers and sisters saying, like, Chief, you know what? I can't read, and thank you for reading. You know what I mean? So, like, you guys wonder why and why I do what I do. Is because I love what I do. It's my passion. And even amongst all the hatred and the propaganda and the slandering, what keeps me motivated is those emails. I'm saying, the love that people send me. So I'm thankful for that. I'll never take that for granted. You did what I did. I'll never take it for granted. So let us get into this. Let me just make sure my phone here. I'm just excited, man. I'm really excited. I'm honored. Peace and love, peace and love. Hey, go support our sister Lovely. Go check out her platform. Make sure y'all subscribe to her channel. She's an artist, and she's doing great work. So she got my full support. So make sure y'all support her as well. All right. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to start from the book. Well, I'm going to cross-reference between two books. All right. I'm going to go through the book that I just found, and the link is in the description, so you'll have that for yourself. And also, there's another one I kind of like used before, but I'll cross-reference it with the one I'm going to read right now. You feel? So that's what I'm going to do. Okay? Absolutely, family. That's what I do, man. That's what I do. All right? So I'm going to share the screen, and let's get into this. I'm excited. Really excited, man. Okay. So here we go. Share the screen, man. That's what I'm talking about. Now, this book is about 265 pages, but I'm just going to, start from page 70, America, the oldest continents. All right? America, the oldest of the continents. That alone in itself should tell you something, because I've been telling y'all that from day one. And y'all going to get some mind-blowing information here. So let's read, okay? After the discovery by Columbus in the latter part of the 15th century, it was customary to speak of the Eastern Hemisphere as the Old World and the Western as the New. No one seemed to care how long the Western Hemisphere may have existed before this discovery. The discovery was new, and therefore the country was deemed new also. After the discovery by Columbus made it known, many alleged discoverers before heard of, give me a second here, before heard of came into existence from the different nations. Besides the 6 discoveries set forth in this article, there were Arabians and Italians and Dutch and Poles, Japanese, Jews, and others who laid claim to this honor. None of these, however, could make out a satisfactory claim to its discovery, and it may not have been possible to satisfy all doubts in any one case. Man, I'm excited, man. So if I start, stumbling on words, it's because of the excitement. All right, that's all it is. All right, that's all it is. We knew that the Eastern Hemisphere existed and had existed for thousands of years, but disregarding the claims of some of the ancients, we did not certainly know of the Western world until it was discovered by Columbus. And as the discovery was new, the country discovered was called new also. We have no certain way of arriving at the age of the continents or of determining the relative age of any one of give me a second here, of them, especially if the age is to be calculated in years. Geologists get over the difficulty of estimating in years by the use of such terms as eras, ages, periods, epoch, etc. They will tell you what genealogical age a thing belongs to by the fossils embedded in it. But when they undertake to tell the year in which anything existed, it is by estimation only. So once again, a lot of times when people keep talking about, oh well, chief, you gotta bring dates, man. All that stuff is estimated because nobody know how old the world truly is, and nobody really know how true, you know what I mean, saying the true age of, well, they know the age, but I'm talking about in a number of years. All that is speculation. All of it is speculation. All right. Anyway, let's proceed. Professor Schaller estimated that North American continent had existed between 100 and 400 million years, millions of years since it was prepared for life, since plants and animals began to develop and live upon it. All right. So that knocks out, like I tell people before, always tell them in my posts, you know what I mean? If the world in itself is billions and millions of years old, all right, and the people on the other side, I'm talking about Asia, Europe, and Africa, I mean, even with their scholars, we didn't exist on the world map in 450 BC because they didn't know about us. They didn't know about the extent, all right, of the American continent. So how could they know we've been here? So once again, that whole notion of life originating in Africa, that's a theory. It's a theory. They tell you the theory of life originating in Africa. It's a theory. It's not facts. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm bringing information to literally rebuttal all of those theories and show you information that nobody's showing or they're teaching because they don't want us to know how great we are. You feel me? But let us proceed. To say nothing of the 400 million years, 100 million present, a period of which the human mind can have no rational conception. We could form quite as much just as conception of 400 million as of 100 million. Both terms suggest an incomprehensible duration of time. It probably makes no difference, therefore, whether we designate this period as 400 million or 100 million or 100 or 1 million or even a less number of years. There is no danger of an error being discovered in the addition because there has been no fixed unit to start from in estimating the existence of a continent in years and possibly can be none. So once again, nobody could tell you, all right, how old any of those continents are in years. Nobody could tell you that. Once again, all that is speculation. You did? All right. If, however, it has been between 100 million and 400 million of years since animals and plants began life in America, how long did America exist before it was fit for life of man? If the theory of the nebulous origin of the earth be correct, quite as long a period we may have been necessary for the central nebulous mass out of which our solar system was evolved to break up into sections. And for these sections, the world around in space until they consolidated into worlds. Our planet probably acted in common with others until cooling formed a crust sufficiently strong for an ocean bed over its internal fires, and rains to descend from an atmosphere which held them in suspension until they covered the crust with the waters of the universal ocean. And it began to act for itself by eroding this crust and contracting from further cooling until it pressed the sides of sections of the crust upon one another and crushed and pushed them upward in the confusion of a crumpled, peaked, and valleyed mountain range. Such were the first mountains of the earth, and the formed nucleus of the North American continent along the line which separates the United States from Canada. It is known as the Laurentian Range and is made up of the first metamorphized sedimentary rocks that were formed. It extended from the Atlantic Ocean on the east along the trend of St. Lawrence River and the lakes westward beyond the Mississippi River, nearly to the come on. That's Flint Village right there. I don't know if that's Flint, Michigan, but that's Flint Village. All right. Flint Castle. Come on, come on, come on. What's going on here? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Last word I was supposed to be subsequently. All right. Subsequently erected Rocky Mountains, a distance of some 2,000 miles in length and 300 miles in width. This continent may have been outlined beneath the universal ocean long before its upheaval, but this was its first appearance above the water, and it was before any one of the other continents made its appearance above the sea. As it first appeared, America, a mass of metamorphic rocks, contorted and crumpled and twisted and jumbled into the shape which had become of the appearance of a suitableness for plant or animals, for animal life. I'm going to read that again. Okay. This continent may have been outlined beneath the universal ocean long before its upheaval, but this was the first appearance above the water, and it was before any one of the other continents made its appearance above the sea. Okay? And they're talking about our America. That's right. It would require much time after this bleak and barren assemblage of rocks got above the water for them to expand into a continent and assume a fit form for the habitation of man. It had to go through the long years of Silurian, Devonian, Carboniferous, Triassic, Jurassic, Cretaceous, and possibly into the Tertiary period before it could be ready for human life. It, however, got the start of other continents. You hear that? It, however, got the start of other continents, and there is no good reason for supposing that it did not continue in the lead until it became the habitation of the original man. Okay? I'm going to read that again. For all those of you talking about, oh, the original black man is Asiatic. We're going to get into all that. We're going to get into all that because y'all want to play games with us, but it ain't happening on Chief Colin to watch. I keep telling y'all that. All right, let's read. Let's read. Right here. This little sentence right here. This little sentence. I'm about to sentence them to, to a jailhouse right now because they keep playing this game, right? They're talking about it, okay? It, meaning America, right? The continent. However, got the start of other continents, and there is no good reason for supposing that it did not continue in the lead until it became the habitation of the original man. Bullet, bullet, bullet. Lick shot pono no man. One tuner. Original American Aboriginal. You'll have to know what's up. You know what I mean? Y'all keep playing these games. I ain't playing with y'all though. There is reason, therefore, for believing that the existence of the earth from the nebulous stage to the beginning of the Azoic age was as long as from the beginning in the Azoic to the Psychozoic age. And if this be so, another fearful period from 100 to 400 millions of years would have to be added to the entire duration of the earth. Such figures, however, are about as reliable as counting the sands of the seashore without seeing them. It has recently, however, been contended by some of the most eminent of genealogists that North America was the first of the continents. In the Canadian Genealogical Surveys, the earliest sedimentary rocks were found in the Laurentian Mountains, and as no older rocks have been found anywhere, America was pronounced the firstborn of the continents. How come ain't nobody telling you that? How come ain't nobody telling you that? It's okay though. Please share the information. All right, I don't mind. The link is there. Y'all can put it on y'all YouTube channel, wherever you got to put it. Y'all ain't got to give me no credit. I'm not looking for credit. I'm just here to share the information. All right? How come they're not teaching that in schools? But it's okay. We're going to learn today. Y'all going to learn today. All right. Louis Agassiz, he's speaking of America as the oldest of the continents, grew eloquent and expressed himself in his geological sketches, volume 1, page 1, paragraph 1, in the following language. Firstborn among the continents, though so much later in culture and civilization than some of more recent birth, America, so far as her physical history is concerned, has been falsely denominated the New World. Hers was the first dry land lifted out of the waters. Hers the first shore washed by the ocean that enveloped all the earth besides. And while Europe was represented only by islands rising here and there above the sea, America already stretched an unbroken line of land from Nova Scotia to the far west. Man, it sounds like I'm singing a song right here. Let the music play. Our ancestors are rejoicing right now because the American Aboriginal sun is dropping this jewel. You did? All right. Now, you read this here. Let me just come back to the chat real quick. Let me just see how the family's doing, man. Because like I said, we about to tell the world our story. You feel me? We're about to tell the world our story. We ain't waiting for them now. We telling our story now. Because schools aren't teaching that. You feel me? We telling our story. And we have to make sure that our story is told. We have to make sure that our children know. You feel me? Because we gotta let our children know how great they are, man. We got our young warriors in the streets with no direction because they don't feel a sense of belonging. Our people are running to Africa and Ghana and all these different places because they don't know. Because they're going based on theories. They're going based on, strategies that was put in place. Okay? To take away our identity, to take away who we are as a people. Because they don't want the world to know. Why is that our people are running away from home when everybody else is running to our home? That alone in itself should tell you something is emphatically wrong. Okay? So once again, like I said, they know who we are. And we ain't got nothing to be afraid of. Okay? They know that. Because we are all their father. We are the daddy and the mama of all of them. Period. Okay? And that's facts. Now, I just read something from one book. I'm going to cross-reference it to another book. New Light from, I think it's called New Light from, let me see. New Light from the Great Pyramid. So this is what I'm going to do. Because I'm going to show you two different books saying the same thing. It's all found in prehistoric America information. All right? Let me share the screen again. Okay? Let me share the screen again. Now, you saw what we just read, right? Let's go to another book. And all that's in the link below. This is New Light from the Great Pyramid. It says, it would seem, moreover, that the stars connect England with the Crimea. For the constellation Taurus is the bull, and John Bull is the British Empire. While Crimea is situated between the meridians of Taurus and its ancient inhabitants, the Scythian or the Scythian ancestors of the Saxon race are still indicated upon all classical maps as the Tauri or people of the bull. Study of the American constellation Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Capricornus reveals the immemorial antiquity of. Now, if you don't know what immemorial means, you should know immemorial, okay, from time whenever, okay, of antiquity, the name of America, and the significance of the arms of the United States. The fact once recognized that it is impossible to separate the eagle from America. Okay, the eagle from America. You see my eagle right here? My eagles right there represent every time. You did. All right. Keep telling y'all the eagle is going to fly again. Okay. The fact once recognized that it is impossible to separate the eagle from America. The land shadowed with wings of Isaiah. Okay. They're talking about Isaiah in the Bible, over which accordingly appear two grand eagles, the red swan flying down the Milky Way, and the winged steeds of Pegasus, and Equalius, all the wings known to astronomy. We then take in the bear from Russia, Perseus from Persia, and a flood of light is poured upon the history and the mythology, and where heretofore much has been vague and inscrutable, now we are able to at least to see men as trees walking. All right. The map accompanying this work is arranged so that the reader may keep it continually before his eyes for the purpose of reference, as he is led through the examination of a network of coincidences, which if accidental, would prove that chance is an artistical, methodological, or methodical in its operations as law itself. When, following the course of the constellations, those immovably and perpetually fastened upon America are reached, it will appear that while all that is sublime in the historic past centers upon Egypt, all that is sublime in the prehistoric past centers upon America, and as the curtain which has hereto concealed the prehistoric connection between the peoples of the ancient Egypt and of America is lifted, it will be seen that the people of the eagle on the Nile, being the descendant from the original people of the eagle on this continent, that the twain are one, and that prehistoric America was the original Egypt or Eagle Land prior to the mighty dispersion in the days of Peleg, when the earth was divided and the great globe itself was nearly rent asunder. Firstborn among the continents, says Agassiz, America has been falsely denominated the New World. Hers was the first dry land lifted out of the waters. Hers the first shores washed by the ocean that enveloped all earth beside. And while Europe was represented only by islands rising here and there above the sea, America already stretched in an unbroken line of land from Nova Scotia to the far west. The ancient America, as we shall see, was inhabited by the grand race. You hear that? By the grand race of men whose deathless traces. You know what deathless means? That means you are immortal, man. Do you know how great you are? I'm about to show you how great you are. Okay? Whose deathless traces have been left upon the surface of the globe among the stars of the skies. Man, y'all, if y'all don't know how great you are, I'm about to show you how great you are. All right, let me just take a pause real quick before we continue in the other book. Because like I said, I'm hyped right now. Woo! Man, y'all better recognize. Y'all better recognize. Okay? They don't know. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to know how great you are. They don't want you to know. All right? But it's all good though. We're going to keep dropping these jewels, man. We're going to keep dropping these jewels. Let us proceed again. Okay? I hope y'all excited, man, because like I said, I'm hyped. Let me drink some water. I'm getting hot. I'm getting hot. It's getting hot in here. I ain't taking my shirt off, though. I don't want them haters to hate. Ah, man. We doing this. All right? For anyone who, again, who wish to support, by all means, go ahead and show some love. All right? Show some love. All right. So I'm going to continue reading from the previous book. I just wanted to cross-reference, okay? I just wanted to cross-reference to show you that's two different books, two different authors, all right? So if they say, oh, well, this book is biased, well, we went to another book, all right? Let's share the screen now. Sharing the screen again. Oh, and y'all gonna love this. Let's proceed. Yes, indeed. All right. America, the first inhabitant of the continents. Brothers and sisters, I'm going to take my time and read this part right here, okay? Because this is coming from one of the presidents of the United States. It ain't coming from Chief Kalinago. It's coming from one of the presidents of the United States. All right, let's go. It was the belief of the wise. You heard what they call him? The wise. That means the man had wisdom. It was the belief of the wise Thomas Jefferson that America was the first seat of the human race and that the Eastern Hemisphere was peopled from the Western. I'm going to read that again. I don't think y'all heard me. If y'all heard me, I want y'all to press feathers up. I want you to type in feathers up because I don't think y'all heard me. I don't think y'all heard me. Nah. Thomas Jefferson said that. They said he's a wise man. I didn't say it. He said it. Once again, it was the belief of the wise Thomas Jefferson that America was the first seat of the human race and that the Eastern Hemisphere was peopled from the Western. Let's proceed. A letter written by him to President Styles of Yale College in 1786, while he represented the United States at the court of France, was published in the American Museum for November 1787, page 492. We getting specific here this evening, okay? This is night school. From this letter, the following extract is given, clearly stating that Mr. Jefferson's belief that the first inhabitants of Asia, who so much resembled the American Aborigines, went from America to Asia instead of coming from Asia to America. Oops, Chief, stop here. I don't think they're ready for this. I don't think they're ready for this. I don't think y'all ready for this. So let me tell you something. When they come in here talking about, oh, we Asiatics, no. And I'm not gonna call no name because I don't want no group to say, well, Chief, oh, you hating on us, you picking on us. Don't they say we are all Asiatics? You see what I'm saying? Because they know the truth. They know that they came from us and we didn't come from them. Okay? The people of Asia look like the American Aborigines. You feel me? And the East didn't populate the West. The West populated the East. Coming from Mr. Thomas Jefferson. And it's a letter he wrote to Yale. Come on, man. I mean, man, I'm going to take y'all to church. I'm about to speak in tongues, man. Shalom Malunda, Halagunta. I mean, I'm just saying, man. I can't make it up. Let's read again. Y'all got me speaking in tongues. All right, let's read this again. Right here. Let's read this paragraph right here. A letter written by him, meaning Thomas Jefferson, to President Styles of Yale College in 1786, while he represented the United States at the court of France, was published in the American Museum for November 1787, page 492. Now, that is something obviously we could go look up and reference. Okay, museum, the American Museum for November 1787, page 492. From this letter, the following extract is taken, clearly stating Mr. Jefferson's belief that the first inhabitants of Asia, who so much resembled the American Aborigines. What did Malcolm X say when you learned the truth? You are the Aborigines, but you don't like being called the Aborigines. Okay? Went from America to Asia instead of coming from Asia to America. All right? I return you my thanks for the communications relative to the Western country. When we reflect on how long we have inhabited those parts of America which lie between the Allegheny and the ocean, that no monument has ever been found in them, which indicated the use of iron among its aboriginal inhabitants. Like I told y'all, you have to go into prehistoric books so you can find out why I keep telling you we are the Aborigines. And when people call, well, Chief, well, you know, ab means away from. No, we don't. Not in international law. Aboriginal means the original inhabitants of a land. Period, point blank. Okay? That they were as far advanced in arts, at least as the inhabitants on the other side of Allegheny. A good degree of infidelity may be excused as the new discoveries which supposed, because you know they wrote differently, so F was S, and so that's what it is. Supposed regular fortifications of brickwork to have been in use among the Indians on the waters of the Ohio. Entrenchments of earth they might indeed make, but brick is more difficult. the art of making it have preceded the use of iron, but it would suppose a greater degree of industry than men in the hunter state usually suppose. I should like to know whether General Parsons himself saw factual bricks among the remains of the fortifications. I suppose the settlement of our continent is of the most remote antiquity. Okay, is of the most antiquity, meaning that is the oldest. All right. The similitude between its inhabitants and those of the eastern parts of Aphia, okay, or no, of Asia, because remember F, they used when they were writing in this time, um, S was replaced with, well, an F was an S was an F. That's what I meant to say. So it's Asia. So let me read this again. The similitude, meaning that it's kind of like it's synonymous with similarity, right? So the similitude between its inhabitants and those of the eastern parts of Asia render it probable that ours are descended from them, or they from us. The latter is my opinion. All right. The latter is my opinion. They from us, opposed to us from them. Founded on this single fact, among the red inhabitants of Asia, there are but a few languages radically different. But among our Indians, the number of languages is what? Infinite. Bombo red, one to uno. Huh? Which are so radically different as to exhibit at the present no appearance of their having been derived from the common source. In other words, our languages are older than the ones of Asia. So for all those of you talking about the Asiatics or the original black man is Asiatic, no, it's not. The original man came from the Americas, son. What? So y'all cannot fool me with that. So like I said, I'm gonna continue to keep dropping them bombs. I'm gonna keep dropping them. I know they sent y'all to take away our greatness, but it ain't happening on my watch. I keep telling y'all that. It ain't happening. The time necessary for the generation of so many languages must be immense. All right. Mr. Jefferson gave the best reason he could for his belief that the first inhabitants went from America to Asia instead of coming from Asia to America. Since his time, however, scientific research in its wonderful progress has developed other reasons for the truth of this theory. Yes, it's a theory, but they're saying there's truth to the theory. You see what I'm saying? So when people come with their other theories, I'm looking at some other theories. So we could refute what they're saying with information. Now let's dig a little deeper, right? Scientists have exhumed in America the skeletons of past genealogical ages and remains of dead human beings, which give evidence of as early existence here as many yet found outside of America. Had Mr. Jefferson lived to this time, he might have been foremost among the scientists whose investigations look to solving the problem of the oldest continent and the first human beings on the globe. The Red Indians were the oldest inhabitants of America known to the white men. Though there were here, doubtless older beings were antedated them by many centuries and had many traditions as to their origin, but none sufficiently divested of myth and absurdity to lead to a rational conclusion as to the first country inhabited by them or the beginning of its occupation. All right? What they're basically saying is, let me read that again. The Red Indian were the oldest inhabitants of the Americas known to the white man, though there were here doubtless older beings who antedated them by many centuries and had many traditions as their origin, but none sufficiently divested of myth and absurdity to lead to a rational conclusion as to the first country inhabited by them or beginning of its occupation. So basically what they're saying is that even if they spoke of the Red Indians, they're saying that it may seem a theory that there was even an older set of people who predated them. But still, they are talking about the Americas. All right. So still, all right, one for Team America. All right, still here on Team America. Just wanted to read that again to make sure that we put that in context. All right. They had some vague traditions of a very long ago people who were inhabitants of this country before them, but nothing sufficiently definite for reliable information as to the character or the time of these people. Some tribes believe that their ancestors had sprung from the ground in this country and that they had their descendants had never lived in any other land. So basically, even if they spoke of a generation that came before, or people that came before the so-called Red Indians, they're saying that they still came from this land. And these people are saying that their ancestors or their descendants, all right, or their people that they came from sprung from the ground of this land in this country. And their descendants never lived in any other land. All right, just making sure we put that in perspective. All right. Others believe that their ancestors had come from a distant land, but they could give no intelligent account as to where that distant land might have been or when they left it and came to this. The traditions of the Wigum throw no satisfactory light on the dark problem as to which of the continents was first inhabited by man. All information on this subject that is worth knowing has come from another source, and that source is not from the living of the present or of the unknown past. As we must look into the rock-built graveyards of the buried fossilized animals to learn their history, so must exhume the relics and the skeletons of the dead and forgotten human beings to learn where and how they began life on Earth and on this continent. The implements and bones of primitive man have been found in the caves and in the river drift of Europe and mingled with the bones of extinct animals which inhabited the earth during the Quaternary age. In the drift of upper torrents of the river Somme or Somme in France have been found flint implements which had been chipped into shape by man, associated with the bones of such extinct Quaternary animals as the mammoth, the rhinoceros, and the cave lion. In a cave at Mentone near Nice, the skeleton of a man was found with Paleolithic implements near him and the bones of extinct Quaternary animals about him. The bones have been preserved by a covering of stalagmite and the teeth of a reindeer, which had probably been used as ornaments, showed the holes with which they had been pierced. In a cave on the river Rize was found a piece of bone shaped by man, on which there was a rude drawing of a mammoth, whose tusk had furnished the plate on which the picture was etched. Such findings as these is the undisturbed dust of the cave or the drift of the river clearly indicate that man was there in Quaternary age and possibly contending with those extinct animals for the caves as the habitation. The cases cited are among the oldest evidences of man yet found in the Eastern Hemisphere, and there is no need of citing others, though many exist not only in France but in Belgium, in England, in Norway, and in other countries. As early, however, as they indicate the presence of man in the Eastern Hemisphere, there have been findings of these relics and his bones in America, which show his presence here as early, if not earlier. Evidences of man in America during the Quaternary Age, which some genealogists estimate as 200,000 years ago, while others make the time much longer, have been found in sands and gravels drifted by glacial currents and localities with surrounding possible indicating the Tertiary age. In the glacial drift on a bluff in the valley of the Delaware River near Trenton, New Jersey, have been found rudely chipped argillite implements which scientists have pronounced Paleolithic. They were found embedded in the sands and gravel, which clearly indicated that they had reposed undisturbed ever since they had been deposited there by the glacial flood, which deposited the sand and pebbles around them. The hard stone of which they had been made could not have been worn or chipped into the shape they bore by any force except that of the hand of man. And hence it is inferred that man was there when the current of the melting ice of the early glacial period bore them there. This would take man back thousands of years before the Quaternary Age to this possible existence in America in the Tertiary Age. Tertiary Age, rather. In the auriferous gravels of an old riverbed in Calaveras County, California, was found at the bottom of a mining shaft, 150 feet below the surface, the skull of a human being. Over it had been deposited 4 successive beds of gold-bearing drift and 5 streams of lava from the volcanoes long since extinct. The gold-bearing gravel in which it was found belonged to the Tertiary Age, and man is therefore assumed to have been in California during that age. On the Beaubois River in Missouri, the skeleton of the mastodon was found buried in such a position and with such surroundings as to indicate that the animal had been rendered helpless by being marred, and in that condition killed by human beings. Arrowheads were found about and around it, and wood ashes indicated that fire was a castles. Oh, that fire, come on. That fire had helped in its destruction, as no animal but man is known to have used fire. It was assumed that the monster had been killed by a fire when the Paleolithic weapons had failed. Many other instances of the relics of man found in the glacial drift might be cited, but the above 3 are enough to show that he was in America as early as he was in the Eastern Hemisphere, and perhaps earlier, and that America did not need immigrants from the East or from any other territorial source to begin her population. All right? Come on, man. Somebody tell me to stop, please. America possibly had citizens to spare while the Eastern Hemisphere was void of inhabitants. I'm going to read that again. Okay? America possibly had citizens to spare while the Eastern Hemisphere was void of inhabitants. Besides 3 cases before cited, which carried the inhabitants of America back beyond the Quaternary and into the Tertiary Age, there are examples of man's very early appearance upon the American continent, in which the time is sometimes given in years. In the Mammoth Cave of Kentucky, a mummy was to be seen early in the last century, about the age of which no reliable conjecture was formed, from the fact that it was said to have been removed from an adjacent cave without knowing, with sufficient particularity. Let me say that again. Particularity, the original position it occupied. As it appeared in the Mammoth Cave, it was sitting in an excavation about 4 feet square and 3 feet deep. The skeleton that of a female was perfectly preserved, with the flesh and skin dried upon it. It was cleared first in the skin of a deer, and over this was a mantle made of the inner bark of a linden tree. The hair was cut short and was of a dark red color. Okay, dark red color, the undertone. That's what they're talking about, that copper tone people, right? The hair was cut short and of a dark red color. The woman was above the average size and was neither black nor red. Okay, she was brown, but of a light complexion. But her side was large reticule or sack made of the inner bark of the linden tree. In this ample portmanteau were the following articles: 1 cap of woven or neat bark, 7 headdresses, made of quills of birds. So put together that when placed upon the head, the quill ends would bind the head, while the feathered ends would expand like an umbrella and make a showy headdress. Hundreds of seeds of a dark color strung together like beads, a number of the red hoofs of the fawn strung together into a necklace, the claw of an eagle with a string through so it could be worn as a pendant, the jaw of the bear seemingly designed to be worn also as a pendant, the skins of 2 rattlesnakes with 14 rattles still upon one of them, a quantity of coloring matter done up in leaves, a small bunch of threads or strings made of the sinews of the deer, a number of needles made of bone, and 2 whistles of cane. How long she was an occupant of the cave, we have no means of determining, or even of rationally estimating. But if the cave was million years old, as stated by the Professor Schaller, she might be allowed a few thousands of them years for her enjoyment of the darkness and the solitude of her subterranean abode. The skeleton of a man found in Florida Rift was pronounced by Agassiz to be 10,000 years old while excavating for the gasworks in New Orleans. A human skeleton was found in the delta of the Mississippi below 4 successive forests and pronounced by Dr. Fowler to have been there 15,000 years. That mysterious people who antedated the Red Indian and covered the Mississippi Valley with mounds, okay, circumvallations, temples, and fortifications, and scattered everywhere stone axes, flint arrowheads, pottery, pipes, and ornaments of copper and clay may have been the autochthones of what? Of America. Okay, so even before the Red Indian, which is still us, they talk about the autochthones of America. Y'all better recognize. All right. So when this natives talking about what y'all not even close to being original. No disrespect. Okay. And when everybody talking about, oh well, we all Asiatics, no, we're not. We are an original people. Period. Okay. I'm gonna read that again. It says right here, the mysterious people who antedated, meaning that who came before the Red Indians and covered the Mississippi Valley with mounds, circumvallations, temples, and fortifications, and scattered everywhere stone axes, flint arrowheads, pottery, pipes, and ornaments of copper and clay may have been the autochthones of America. So even if we were to give the native the benefit of the doubt, to say that they are the Red Indians, even if we know they're not, what happened to the autochthon Americans, the one who came before them? So either way they come, we got that. We got it in the bag. Because they like to, oh, well, y'all not red. They're not talking about red. Go look at Indian red, then you know what they're talking about. You feel me? Well, you know what? While I'm here, let me just, because I don't just like to talk. So when they talk about the Red Indian, why do you think Red Fox called his name Red Fox? That wasn't his real name, but he was planting them seeds. But a lot of y'all didn't get it though. Let's go to Google real quick, because I like to show and prove things I talk about. So just so these other people don't think that Red Indians mean them. Okay, let us look at that. Crayola Red Indian. Okay, there we go. Let me show y'all what Indian red looks like. Okay, they used to have those in school, and they took them out of schools. Okay, am I sure? I thought I was sharing my screen, man. Whoa! You know what? I thought I was sharing my screen. What's going on here, man? I thought I was sharing my screen. Oh nah, I gotta do some more reading. I gotta do some more reading. Nah. No. Let me go back here real quick. Man, I could have swore I was reading all this and sharing my screen. All right, so here we go again. I'm reading this part right here, okay? the mysterious people who antedated the Red Indian and covered the Mississippi Valley with mounds, circumvallations, temples, and fortifications, and scattered everywhere stone axes, flint arrowheads, pottery, pipes, and ornaments of copper and clay may what? May have been the autochthones of America. Okay? The autochthones of America. So even if we were to say, okay, you know what? Y'all want to claim the Red Indian, which we know is not you. Guess what? The autochthones of America came before you. But let me show you what Indian red looks like. Because for some reason they're acting like they're stupid. Let me show them what Indian red look like. This is Indian red right here. They used to have these crayons in school, but they don't have them no more. Because people, hold up, what you mean Indian red? And our children start looking at their skin, they see brown. Okay? This is Indian red right here. Okay? So nobody could get away with their, you can't come to me with that. So y'all natives need to take a seat. Even if we were to give you the benefit of the doubt that you are the Red Indian, which we know you are not, because this is the Red Indian right here. Indian red, brown. And y'all sure don't look like this. I know your grandmama look like this, but you don't. All right then. Y'all think I'm playing. Okay? Y'all think I'm playing. All right. Some of the mounds, and especially those immense piles at the Cahokia and the Grave Creek, remind us of the mass heaped over the body of Al-Yates near Sardis. But unlike that monarch's mound, believed to have existed 2,500 years, they furnish no key to the time at which they were reared. Trees have been found growing upon some of them, whose annotations showed them to be 800 years old, but this determined nothing as to the real age of the mounds. All right? They don't know the real age of the mounds. The trees that measured 800 years may have been preceded by others, and those again by others of equal or greater age. And so, and until thousands of years were exhausted in the indeterminate calculation. Some of these trees may have antedated the giant redwoods of the California or the fossils of the forests of Yellowstone Park. But we have nothing to guide us in arriving at the just conclusion as their age. I can tell y'all, man, they don't know how old we are on this land. But all they could say is, you know what, man, these people are the original people on the planet. In the midst of these perplexities, we can have no reason to doubt that the power which is said to have created man in Asia might have created him elsewhere and placed him in habitable quarters in the America before any part of the Eastern Hemisphere was ready for his occupancy. Let me drink some water on that. Let me drink some water on that. Let me drink some water on that. I'm not going to drink the whole thing because I don't want to pee in the bed tonight because this is really good. I might just sleep it off, you know what I'm saying, and be like, oh, you know what, Chief? Go ahead and pee in it. Go ahead and pee in the bed. You deserve it. I'm going to drink some water. Let's read again. I'm going to read that again. In the midst of these perplexities, right, we can have no reason to doubt that the power which is said to have created man in Asia might have created him elsewhere, okay? And placed him in habitable quarters in the Americas before any part of the Eastern Hemisphere was ready for his occupancy. The first form rocks, which have yet been seen upon the globe, and the earliest forms of life yet discovered, and the oldest human relics, which have yet been found, were in what? Were in America. What y'all talking about, man? Talking about, oh, well, we give the world civilization. Oh, the Asiatic man is the original man. No, you're not. The American man is the original man. Granted, it wasn't called America. We know that. But it wasn't called Asia. I'll tell you that much. So when I keep telling you, these people are here trying to deceive us. Y'all got to know what I'm talking about. And they get mad at Chief Kalanago for speaking the truth. They want to threaten my life because I'm speaking the truth, because they know I'm bringing that heat. But you see me, I don't have to call no names. All I have to do is just show the information and you make the determination yourself. But let's read this again. Let's read this again. Okay, right here. Let's read this again. Right here. The first formed rocks which have yet been seen upon the globe, Okay, we have rocks that haven't been seen anywhere on the globe. And the earliest forms of life yet discovered, the oldest human relics which have yet been found anywhere else on the globe were in what? Were in America. Chief, I think you're giving them too much right now. If therefore man first lived and died, laid down his bones in the Western world before he died, and laid them down in the Eastern hemisphere, why should we look for his origin in the East instead of the West? Nah, man, stop. Chief, you're doing too much. You're doing too much right now, man. You're doing too much right now. Feathers up. Okay? Feathers up. What you talking about? What you talking about? All right? No disrespect. Okay? No disrespect. Y'all still my brothers, but the feathers came before the fairs. Y'all still my brothers, but the feathers came before the fairs. All right? Y'all better recognize that. It's all love. Don't hate me for telling the truth. I ain't mad at y'all. Okay? I ain't mad at y'all. But know that I'm going to bring that facts. If, therefore, man first lived and died and laid down his bones in the Western world before he died and laid down in the Eastern hemisphere, why should we look for his origin in the East instead of the West? Why not claim him where he first find his remains instead of troubling ourselves about the time of his coming and the place whence he came? The Orientals have not been able in thousands of years to fix the latitude and longitude of the Garden of Eden, where the human race is claimed to have first begun. I'm just getting started. All right, I'm going to repeat that again. The Orientals have not been able in thousands of years to fix the latitude and the longitude of the Garden of Eden, where the human race is claimed to have first begun. Okay? Existence as the question is still open. Okay? The Occidentals may reasonably claim America as the first land above the ocean and the first inhabited by man until the proof is made clear of an early inhabited continent. Okay, they can't show any other proof. They have to say, you know what? It has to be made clear before anybody can refute that. Anybody can refute that. You know, let me just pause here for a second before we read some more. Let me go vibe with the family, man. Let me go vibe with the family. Y'all gonna learn today. Like I said, we all family because y'all came from us. But don't try to tell us we came from y'all. No. We know, like I said, the truth is out there now. Okay? I'm going to bring the truth out there now. Word. Okay? I'm just saying, man. You know what? Let me drink some more water, man. Let me drink some more water because it's getting hot in here, like I said. Y'all go dispute that. Let's proceed. Let's proceed. This is beautiful. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love this. Love this. All right. Let us read some more. When the two sons of a pioneer, widow of Kentucky, were slain by the Indians and their dead bodies brought home for interment, she was asked if she had any choice as to the location of the graves. She said that she wanted space left next to her husband for her own grave, and her eldest son laid next to where she was to lie, that he was her firstborn, and was entitled to burial next to her who had given him life. And so Americans should feel towards their country. If America was the firstborn and first inhabited of the continents, she is entitled to the place of honor in the construction and the peopling of the globe. Other continents like the American may have had contemporaneous foundations laid down in an ancient seas that enveloped the infant world. America, however, was the first built and the first to show dry land upon the universal ocean. Okay? Y'all better learn. Y'all gonna learn today. A length of time that defies all computation was necessary for each of the continents to rise from its submerged position and pass through Azoric, the Silurian, the Devonian, the Carboniferous, and the reptilian ages to the age of man, the most exalted of all animals. But when was man? When was man? When was man created and to be placed upon the earth? The continent that first rose above the water and showed the first dry land was presumably the first ready for his occupancy. He was doubtless a frightful barbarian. Was his first appearance naked in the summer and skin wrapped in the winter, living the cavins, the cavings, and the feeding upon the spontaneous fruits of the earth, and on such of the wild animals as he could subdue. They are talking about the Garden of Eden was in America. So when y'all talking about, oh, well, you know, Mu is the oldest, please, Mu came late. What you talking about, Mu? Mu. Cows go moo. What you talking about, man? Y'all better recognize when y'all keep playing, man. I keep talking to y'all. All right? He had no member like the paw of the cave bear to seize his food and fight his battles, but he had a hand which could fashion the adamantine rocks and make them more effective than the great claws and huge teeth, mighty strength of other animals. He soon rose above the formidable beast among him and made him subject to his will, because he had a mind which reasoned and added each new item of knowledge to the store already gathered, while the animals never advanced beyond that width which they started. So we tamed the wild beast. So what happened to us in this day and age? You see how much work they had to do to tame us? Come on, man. We are a powerful people. We ain't got nothing to be afraid of. Don't be afraid. It's time for us to step up. They know who we are. They know who we are. When we step up, we will get the respect. Believe that. It is deeply implanted in our nature, a love of the distant past. And the nearer it approaches the confines of the dark unknown, the more we are enamored of it. We like all things, and the older they are, the better we like them. Americans should be proud to claim this as the first of the continents to rise above the waves of the universal ocean, and the first to furnish an abiding place for the human race. Why you think everybody's trying to come here? Because this is home to the human race. What y'all talking about, man? You don't see us running. You don't see us running nowhere else. You don't see nobody else in the world running anywhere else. Where they running? They coming home. It's that energy. They coming home to mama and dada. Y'all are our babies. Show some respect. Your Bible says honor your mother and fathers so that your days will be longer. What's wrong with y'all? This may be likened by some to those genealogical enthusiasts who would trace their descent from Adam, but such extravagance can hardly eradicate the sentiment. They are proud to look back to the humble beginning of the barbarian man upon this continent and to follow his progress through the incalculable ages to the splendors of the present and the possibilities of his future. Incalculable, you know what that means? Do you know what incalculable means? Meaning that it cannot be calculated. You feel me? It cannot be calculated on this continent. And I would even go even further and tell you, all right, that we preceded Adam and Eve because they were the second creation. We were the original. But of course, we're talking about in the absolute, okay? In the and again, I'm speaking in biblical terms, the allegory. In the first chapter of Genesis, let us create man. Okay, we created man. Y'all think it's a game. All right, where we at? America, long deprived of the honor of her proper place among the continents by being called the New World, has at last been pronounced by genealogists first to exist, and analogical inference is reasonable that she was the first to be inhabited. So genealogists right now are starting to speak the truth. So y'all better kill this Africa theory, son. Y'all better kill this, the original man is Asiatic man. No, he's not. Kill that noise. We are the autochthon Americans, the original. Americans expect of the scientists that they will continue to study the rock-leveled volumes of the world and to search among the undestroyed remains of the prime evil man until it is clearly determined that as America is the oldest of the continents, she was also the first to be inhabited by man. Woo. Man, I tell you, reading is fun for the mental. Reading is fun for the mental. It just felt like I just ran a marathon. Man, woo. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. It is a beautiful thing, man. Woo. I tell you, when I was young, I didn't like to read books. But thanks to my mom, she encouraged me to read and take my education seriously. Right? So I love reading right now. That's one of my passions. I love to read. So I think that's pretty much it right here, family. Okay? So that link is in the description. Like I said, let's teach our children who they are, man. It's time to teach our people. You did. All right? And they have appendix, extinction of the mandanes, you know what I'm saying? So they're going into a few other things right there, but I'm not gonna get into that. Y'all could read that for yourselves. You did? All right, cool. So here we are, man. Woo! All right, family. That's it, man. That's all I got for y'all. That's all I got for y'all, man. Like I said, I'm only here to bring that information. So for all you haters out there, keep hating. You talking to your daddy. All right? Original. You feel me? Well, thank you. I know somebody just, supported my Cash App. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? All right. So thanks again. Go ahead, share the information. Let people know what it is, man. Let them know what it is. We're going to continue to do what we got to do. They know who we are. We ain't got to be afraid. Once we step up, they know. They know who we are. The world know who we are. The world know who we are. They know. You feel me? They know, man. They know. Once again, like I said, man, for all of you out there talking all this, yeah, come on, man, stop. Stop. Okay, y'all are trying to deceive our people. Trying to deceive our people. You feel me? Stop. It ain't happening. Because I'm going to keep dropping the information, all right, to rebuttal and refute everything y'all talking about. And y'all got to go show me facts. You see me? That's it. You have to show me. Don't just tell me because y'all want to preach this false narrative. We ain't doing that. All right? Our people are not Asiatics. All right? We've always been here. Always been here. The firstborn. Why do you think again, the allegory in the Bible, they're trying to kill the firstborn? They want to take out the firstborn, but they can't take us out. They can't. So that's why we as a people, we gotta come together, man. That's why they got us so disorientated, disenfranchised. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We gotta realize how great and how significant we are. All we have to do is just step up. That's it. Absolutely welcome, family. That's what I love to do. That's my passion, man. That's what I love. I am serving my purpose. I tell people, doesn't matter how much y'all come and y'all hate, Chief Kalinago is serving his purpose. You feel me? Y'all gonna hate me so much until you end up loving me. Because the hatred could only last for so long. Hatred could only last for so long. At some point, it's gonna eat you up. Okay? And it's gonna cause a cancer in you. So let it go, man. We have something in common. We want the betterment of our people. Let's forget all the differences, man. You know, why is it so important to y'all to take away our identity, who we are? Why is that? Why is it so important to you to take away our greatness? Why? I'm not going to allow it. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to keep researching, asking my ancestors to guide me and use me as a vessel. Period. Because when I go lay down, I hear them vibing. And all I got to do is just chill. And they give me everything that I'm looking for. Everything that I'm looking for. I saw one little just one little paragraph on Facebook from that book I just read. Okay? And I'm like, you know what? Nah, something tell me I got to find that book. And guess what? 2.5 to 3 weeks I'm looking for that book. I'm putting in everything on Google. Because I know how to research. I know what keywords to put and all that. I just let the ancestors use my fingers. And I'm searching and I'm searching and I'm searching. And boom, it came up. I was like, yes, give thanks to the ancestors. And I said, okay, you know what? My brothers and sisters got to get this jewel right there. And I could cross-reference it to another book. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go see if I can find that letter and go find the actual letter that Thomas Jefferson wrote, because y'all know I like to do my road trips. You know what I mean? I'm going to see if I can find that actual letter and get that certified as a certified copy. So when I step as an American, y'all know what it means. Daddy's here. Okay? Y'all better recognize. So let's be proud of who we are. Let's not let them take that away from us. You feel me? And again, it's not to say that we are better than anybody else. I'm not saying that. All I'm just saying is it's time that the world give us our due respect. They know who we are. They know. But they want to take away our greatness. That's what they want to do. But we're not going to allow that. Nah, we ain't doing that. Nah. Not on my watch. So with that being said, I want to thank each and every one of you for, just being a part of the build, man. Like, I was excited. Like I said, I started to sweat, drinking water, felt like I was working out. But, again, like I said, it's the passion and that fire in me. March 23rd, in the beginning of the new year. So y'all know I got that fire. You feel me? So it is what it is, So I'm not going to apologize for my passion. I'm not going to apologize for my harsh delivery. That's just what it is. You feel, and that's, like I said, that's just what it is. So you guys, I'm going to continue to do that research, continue to bring that information to y'all, and go ahead and teach your children. Teach your children. That's where that's where it starts. That's where it starts. Teach our children. So when they go into these schools and they start telling them these lies, our children will know, you know what now? Mommy and daddy already told me who I am. I got the proof. You feel me? That's what we got to do. And now we got to get into the school's curriculum and start teaching our truth. We got to go debunk everything they're talking about. Now stop teaching our children that. You feel me? That's what we got to do, man. Because the Smithsonian Museum, they got all our artifacts. But let me tell you one of the reasons why they can't bring it out. If they bring it out, they're going to lose their funding. Okay, so they show some truth, but the majority of our artifacts and who we are is in their basement, and they cannot bring it out. They cannot bring it out, because if they do, they're going to lose their funding. All right? And again, let me just say allegedly, because I got it from good sources. So, I'm going to say, I don't want to accuse them of anything, so I'm going to say allegedly. I don't want nobody trying to bring no lawsuit on me. I cannot afford the Smithsonian, museum. All right, so I'm going to say allegedly. All right, I've heard it through many sources. As a matter of fact, I actually read that in a book. All right, that who we are and our artifacts. And I'm talking about stuff they have from I don't even know. All right, that it's in the basement of the Smithsonian Museum, and they cannot bring it to the public because they will lose their funding, allegedly. Okay, so I'm gonna just leave it as that. Oh, no doubt, they would rather destroy it than let us know. But you see, who we are is in our DNA. You feel me? So we as a people, we have to step. All we have to do right now is just organize. That's it. We just have to organize. Okay? Organize. Oh, yes, definitely. You're absolutely right, King Zero. Absolutely right. Okay? So all we have to do is organize. And once we organize and we step up, they have to step down. You feel me? Yeah. For sure. So once again, like Malcolm X said, You are the Aborigines, but you don't like being called the Aborigines. Like Martin Luther King said, the Negro is exiled in his own land. You could only be exiled in your own land. Frederick Douglass said, our bones, our muscles, our tissue, everything belongs to America. Okay? So it is what it is. But I enjoyed this build. I enjoyed bringing it to you. And once again, I appreciate love you guys. Have a great continuation. Continue to teach, share the information, because we got a lot of work to do. All right? We got a lot of work to do. So peace, love, harmony, and light to each and every one of you. All right? And once again, thank you. Thank you to each of you for the support. Again, somebody just supported my Cash App. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Give thanks. All right? I love you guys. We'll talk soon. Peace. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me just give you guys a shout out, man, you know, because I know I give some people some shout outs because some of them in the beginning, but let me just go ahead and, you know, do that again. For those of you who didn't get like, you know what I mean? A little shout out, you know what I'm saying? And each and every one of you, man, I want to thank you. Thank you for playing your part, because I know y'all share information on Facebook, Instagram, different places, you know what I mean? So by all means, man, you know what I mean? Chris Cole be doing his thing on Facebook. I appreciate what you do, brother. You know what I mean? My sister Onyx, everybody be playing their part. You know what I mean? So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I just want to, again, just give everybody a little, you know, highlight across the screen. You feel me? That's it. Let me show, you know, at least, man, you deserve the light. Let me, on my battery, that's my battery right there. Okay? You deserve the shine, man. We all deserve to shine. Like I tell people, this is not about me. This is about us. All right? I don't want to be the only one in the spotlight. No, I want to make sure that my people shine. You feel me? That's what it is. Thank you, America, for playing your part as well. Thank you. You know? So at the end of the day, man, I want to make sure that everybody get a piece of the shine. You see what I'm saying? No doubt. Deathless man, that's who we are. Okay, that means they're telling you we are immortal. Okay? Big up New Orleans in the building. All right. Here we go, man. All right. Here we go, man. Here we go. Everybody getting some love. Getting some love. Getting some love. That's what I'm talking about. Just going across, you know, got my brother and my sister and their family in Florida. Big up on yourself. All right. Go ahead and please subscribe to Lovely channel. Like I said, she does music. So please support the sister. All right. All right. Here we go. Just giving everybody, man. Just giving everybody a little piece of love. Just sharing some of the love. Let me go down and see who else I didn't give a highlight yet. Okay, got that already. All right. We already know we got Miko in the building. Always representing like, you know, like everybody else. That's what's up. That's what's up. Here we go. Oh, my brother Elijah Bay, always showing love. You feel me? For real, for real, for real. You know, gotta keep dropping them. Gotta keep dropping them jewels. Ain't got a choice. My brother 200 out there in California. That's my brother from another mother. Y'all better recognize. All right. I keep telling y'all, man, we strong as a people. We strong as a people, man. You know, we are the ones that just keep dividing ourselves. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop allowing people to come amongst us and divide us. All right? Because like I keep telling y'all, the truth is going to come out. This is the age of awakening. It's the Aquarian age. And they can't stop the truth from coming out. They can't stop it. They can't stop it. You did. They can't. Can't stop it. No doubt. We're going to keep dropping them jewels. Okay? We're going to keep dropping them. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you're absolutely welcome. You know, like I said, I love what I do. That's right. That's right. Tell them don't hate. Appreciate. You know what I mean? Tell them to congratulate. Bunch of haters out there. All right? It's okay, man. Y'all do what y'all do and let me do what I do. Why y'all hating? Stop hating. If we all supposed to be doing the same thing and want the betterment of our people, why y'all hating on me? Why? Why? Come on, man. Stop. You're showing your true colors. Y'all really showing who you are. That's what it is. You can't help yourself. You see, it is the age of revealing, and you have to reveal your true self. That's the problem. So thank you for revealing yourselves. Okay, showing your true colors. That's what y'all doing. That's what y'all doing. Know what I mean? Come on, man. Y'all better recognize, son. All right. Yep. Yeah, we got to handle our fears, fam. Don't worry. All that's coming, man. All that's coming. You feel me? All that's coming. All that's coming, man. So I think I kind of like give everybody a shout out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think I got everybody. So that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. All right. There we go. Once again, man, just, much big up to Zazie. All right. Here we go, man. Thank you. All right. Give much appreciation, for supporting the super chat. Indigenous 7 Eagles, you know what I'm saying? All right, cool. I got your email, fam. So I responded to that earlier. So just so you know what I mean? There we go. 2020 vision. We doing this. We doing this. All right. This is our time. Don't let nobody take that away from us. We are great. Okay. We are great. They can't take that away from us. All right. There we go. Absolutely. When they show you who they are, believe them. Believe them. Okay. That's what it is. Mississippi showing you love, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. And I'm sending love back. All right. So like I said, I just want to give everybody a little shout out, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like to do. I like all of us to shine. This is not about me. This is about us. At the end of the day, it's about us. It's for our betterment, our upliftment, and our children got to know. All our little warriors in the street, show them, teach them, tell them the truth of who they are. Let them know they have a sense of belonging, that this is our home. All right. All our ancestors sprung from this soil. As a matter of fact, they all came from us. All right. They all came from us. So why y'all trying to run to Africa when Africans came from us? Come on, man. I'm going to end it right there, son. Here we go. Right on time. 11:11. That came in. That comment came in at 11:11. All right. Believe them when they tell you who they are at 11:11. Right on time. Right on time. You did. Man, I can't make this up. I can't make it up. Can't make it up. Okay? Can't make it up. So don't let them take our greatness away. All right? Once again, I am here to show you how great you are. All right? For real. So peace and love. All right? Rest well and have a great continuation. All right? We out.